in those days, he says, you're going to pray, and God says, I'll listen. What days are God referring to? The days when I'm suffering from poor choices. I know you've made some mistakes. I know some things have gone wrong. You should have went left and you went right. You should have stood still, but you kept going. But God says, when you pray to me and you're serious about it, God says, in those days, I will listen. I'm not going to shut you out, but I'm going to hear you cry. I'm going to hear you call. God says, even it's in the midnight hour. Can I tell you, the first time I called on God after running the streets, I was dead drunk. My wife told me she was leaving me, and I thought everything was over. But I called on the Lord, and the Lord heard my cry. Can I tell you that God still hears prayers, that God still hears an earnest cry and an earnest plea? Is there somebody today that the enemy tricked into believing that God does not hear you? God does not care. The devil is a lie. God says, I love you then, I love you now, and I'm gonna love you tomorrow. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. I'm getting ready to get out of here. But in verse 13, he says in the scripture, if you look for me with your whole heart, you gonna find me. Somebody say yeah. The Lord declares, if you look for me and you're real about it, if you look for me and your whole heart, with your whole heart, you gonna find me. But to find the Lord of hosts, you can't find him looking down. To find the Lord of hosts, you can't find him with your head down and looking pitiful. But the Bible declares, lift up your head, O ye gates, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord, strong and mighty. Who is the King of glory? The God that loves you and the God that loves you. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. His plans are for you for a good that ain't down there, but your good is up there. His plans for you are a future that you gonna see when you lift your head up to the King of Kings. His plans for you are to have a hope. Somebody say yeah. Somebody say yeah. Well, my heyday, when I was running the streets, one of the artists was Tupac. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but in the 1990s, Tupac had a hit song with these lyrics: time to heal our women, be real to our women, and if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. Oh yeah, baby. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So will the real man get up? I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up. Keep your head up. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. I'm talking to somebody today. Your heart is heavy and you're hurting and you miss tea and you're wondering what's life gonna be like without the life of the party. Well, the first thing you gotta do is hold your head up and say, God, I thank you for 40 years of laughter. God, I thank you for Rawls Elementary School where I met her. God, I thank you for the Eastside Rams where she had my back. God, I thank you for birthing forth my baby. God, I thank you for my grandson Buddha. God, I thank you for being King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And for this, God, I give you praise. Hold your head up.